Good day, everybody. Morning, Brian. Afternoon, Kevin. Hope you guys are doing well, and thanks for flying along today. It's WardAir time. We're heading down to Acapulco, Mexico. We're here at Montreal. It's a little bit below zero, a couple degrees below zero, and a bit windy. As you can hear things banging around outside here. But looks like we're going to have a couple A310s and an A320 heading down to Mexico on the 6-hour flight. Hopefully we make it this time and the sim doesn't decide erroneously that my graphics card is overheating and it's going to shut down. But let's jump on board and start getting this aircraft set up, since it is a little bit more work than usual. The 320 will have the range. It's getting up towards its upper limit. I remember doing 7-hour flights with Gavin back in the early days of the fly-by-wire. All right, we're on board. I did do a check on the video drivers. There was a more recent update, but I'm still getting a little bit of screen tearing, so not as bad as it was, but there's still a little bit there. I may roll it back. We'll see how the flight goes. Anyway, let's get in here and start doing our preliminary check. So, now that we're on board the aircraft, batteries can come on. Hydraulic panel is checked and everything is good. Wiper switches are both off. Gear lever is down and checked. Slats and flaps handle is retracted and checked. Reverse levers are down. Fuel levers are off. Weather radar is off. External power, we are connected. APU fire test. There's loop A, loop B, and good test. We're not going to start the APU yet because it does suck a lot of fuel. IRS mode selectors, we're going to set those to nav. Both are set to nav. ISDU is set. Oxygen low supply is on and in the green. Annunciator light test. That is all looking good. Turn that off. There we go. And VF radios are set. Alright, cockpit preparations, or flight deck prep. Come down here to the FMS, if I can remember which button I've got mapped for that. 7. Alright, FMSs. We're going to align the IRSs. It's true, our database is current. 2nd of January, 26th January is all set, and the engine model type is good. Over to initialization. Looking for, well, we'll bring in the flight plan. There we go. CYUL to MMA. Company route uplink done. Flight number is WardAir 501. And our alternate for today's flight. Let's see if I can find it. MMSM, and that is in. Clear that. We're going to align the IRSs. There we go. Cost index of 30 is entered in, and we have an initial cruise flight level of 320. We do have a couple step climbs planned as well. So we'll see what happens there. So that's all initialized. Alright, seatbelt signs and no smoking signs are both on. Hydraulic power panel is checked. Servo control panel is checked. Flight recorder is checked and on. External lights, we have our nav and logo lights are on. ATS levers are on. Pitch and trim, we'll do that once the IRSs are aligned. Electrical power panel is checked. We are currently on external power. And since we do have a bit to go here on the loading, as we've got, I think, 200 and 200? What's our passenger count for today's flight? 221 passengers today. We are going to get them on board now. And get them up and loaded. And there they go. So engine 1 fire panel test. Loop A, loop B, and there's the ding. We're good. Electrical indicator, we'll come over and put it on external power. That's all looking good. And we will turn the power on in the galley. Engine start panel is looking good. Fuel panel is good. All pumps are off. APU fire test has already been done. Cabin pressurization panel is checked. Window heaters coming on. Pitot heaters coming on. Cargo compartment smoke is checked. Main cargo is checked. And fire panel, our engine number 2 is good. Vent panel is checked. Emergency exit lights are armed. Bleed air panel is checked. No bleeds on at the moment. Temperatures are good. We'll see what they are once we get going and if we have to adjust. It is about -3 degrees here in Montreal. Passenger temperatures are good. Oxygen panel is checked. EFIS control panel is checked. FCP. Again, once the alignment comes on, we'll check is checked. Captain's SW panel is checked. Standby airspeed indicator checked. RMI checked. PFD is checked. ND is checked. Altimeters. Current Montreal altimeters. I'll actually get the current weather. It's -4 out. Oh, you did this flight to Acapulco from Montreal? I've only ever been to Cancun, and that was once. So the current altimeter is 3011. So we'll dial that in. (3001) set. Cross-check and in the standby. IVSI is checked. ADF RMI is checked. EGPWS button still. Kevin, have you ever found that EGPWS button? I got no idea where that is. We're gonna put the TCAS over to 12. Turn that off. Get that back down. Clock 1410 Zulu is correct. Standby horizon is checked. Standby altimeter is checked. Slat position indicator, slats and flaps, is checked and matching our lever. Brake pressures are good. Alternate braking system is good. Parking brake is currently set. Left of the yoke. Ah, okay. No worries then. Where was I? Parking brake is set. Auto brakes switch lights are extinguished. Reversers and reversers unlocked are extinguished. Engine instruments and lights are all extinguished. Landing elevation is 118 feet. So let's drop down a little bit. Put 100 feet there in case we have to return. Landing gear warning is checked. Brake fans are off. Speed brake handle retracted and disarmed. TO config test. That's good. We want the warnings. Fuel levers are both off. Warning systems and emergency cancel switches are safety. ATC transponder and TCAS is set for 2000. ADF radios are good. We'll switch it over to ADF1. Rudder trim set to 0. Weather radar, it doesn't actually test, which is fine. We've got it currently turned off. And we can come up now and turn on our trims and yaw dampers as we are now aligned. That's good. And the FMS route. So back over to here. We're aligned, and that's good. So we're going to come over to our route now. So there's our flight plan. It's all entered in. So we are going to be departing off of the CYUL 1 off of runway 24 left. And we will insert that. There's a disco. 2,000 feet above ground, we'll turn for the first waypoint, which is Fawns. And we're going to scroll down now to our arrival. Here at MMA. Now, if I do a quick current check on the current weather, winds are 350 at 6 and skies clear, a bit hazy, a little bit of a visibility issue, but other than that, it should be fine. So I am planning for the Anal 1B arrival for the ILS 3 runway 28. There's ILS 328, and it's the Anal 1 Bravo. And we are transitioning at, I think it's ITAM. Just check the chart. Our ITRAM, actually, sorry. At ITRAM, and we will insert that. If we go quickly down, we should see us going in, basically straight in and making a right turn. There, ITRAM, and then there's the airport and the approach path. So that is all good and set up for our flight plan. So over to our performance data. So we're going to come over to our weights and balances first. Today we are flying with a fuel load of 43,395 kilos of fuel. So that would be 40 point, we'll call it 40.4. 40.4 confirmed. Cargo for today's flight is 5.5 tons. 5.5. No, not 0.5. And our passengers today, as we said, it is 221. Not quite a full load, but pretty close. So we will apply that. And there's our center of gravity and our trim. Now, let's see if I can remember where the center of gravity goes. It would be on the takeoff. Ah, there we go. It's under the initialization page. So our block fuel today is 40.4. Our zero fuel weight is 110.2. And our takeoff weight, our zero fuel weight center of gravity, it's not going to get me over there, is 24.8. I'll get that entered in. Entry, what entry's out of range? 24.8. There we go. So that is now all entered in for our initialization there. If we go to our takeoff, we need our performance information. So we'll head into the tool for that takeoff. So we are at CYUL. Again, this is I'm using the VAS airplane toolbox, link in the description if anyone's interested. And we're going off on 24 left. It is clear. And we'll bring the weather in, so we're dry runway. That's all good. And our planned takeoff weight is, I mean, we're not max, but we're pretty heavy. And we'll calculate. No, there's something wrong with the calculations here because it's saying that the runway's too short. It's not. Anyway, we're going to do a 15-15. So I'm going to adjust the weight so that it's within what it wants, and I'll use those numbers. So we're going to have a V1 of 155, yeah, that's what I did. I did it for the flap setting I want, and I'll just use that. VR of 156, And we have a V2 of 163, so that goes up here. Oop. Of course I went past it. And we will preset that. And it's going to be a toga takeoff, so no flex. 1,200 feet for our engine out and acceleration. So let's see, will that let me change it? Yeah. There we go. So that is all set. We're going to set 20,000 for our initial climb. There's no ATC. Shortly after, we'll just dial it up to 320. And runway heading, so we have it in there, is going to be 237. There's 237 is set. So there's our heading, our initial altitude, and our speed. And we're set up down here for our takeoff data. Roger can have the flight plan. We're going to tune in the ILS. So if we have to come back, we're going to be coming back on runway 24 right. So I'll just grab the chart from that and dial that in so we have it in case we need it. Help if I pulled the charts for the proper airport. So the chart for ILS 24 right. It's a heading of, or a ILS frequency of 111.9. There's 111.9 and a course of 237.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to welcome you aboard our flight. When you find your seat, please be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in the front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bin.
I'm going to tune in the Montreal VOR, the YUL VOR.
After you put your carry-on items in the overhead bin and it is full, make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Also be sure that the aisle is clear and sit down so that way other passengers can get by you. If you're seated in an emergency exit row, please review the exit seating responsibilities in the safety card provided for you. Please make sure that you are able and willing to perform these actions. If you're not, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated.
And that's just as a reference.
Now's the time to get out any last-minute text messages if you need to, but we ask that once we depart from the gate, put away any laptops or tablets.
TRP is set. We are going to be doing a toga takeoff, so there's nothing else to adjust there. Now we're just waiting on boarding. We're about halfway done. So as you can see, the sun has come up. It's early morning here at Montreal. Got a couple of Air Canada flights kicking around. There's another one over there. I think that's Brian over on that side. I think that guy off to my left is heading to Toronto. And it's a little bit of a wind out here today. So when we do push back, we will be pushing back to this line here. We're then going to taxi out over this way to Alpha Mike, and then onto Alpha. We'll be taxiing down to the end of the runway here, and departing off of that runway. 24 right is usually the landing runway that they use. There's an aircraft, looks like he's lining up and getting ready to go down there. So we'll tune the radio over just so we can hear any local traffic, what's going on. I did plan an extra 2 tons of fuel for the as a just in case, above and beyond what it gives us anyway. Once again, for those watching, if you want to join in on the flights, you're more than welcome to. All the information is posted on our Discords, and you're more than welcome to fly along. Wednesdays we're doing multiplayer fights, and all the rest are generally on VATSIM. There is a taxi chart for absence of control. Is there? Let me see if I can find that. What's the chart number? Never mind. Oh, sideways. Let's see if I can read what this says. Oh, it wants us to go that way and then loop around. Okay. Let's see what note it says for... Is that 8? Or B? 8 alpha. These minimum power and arriving parking at this is a caution prohibited aircraft. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it just takes us around the outer building there. Let's see what the text says. Try to give that a read. In general, aircraft must comply with one-way flows on diagram. Broadcast intent. All right. Well, we can do. We can follow the flow pattern. Let me pull up that chart. So I have the graphic. There we go. So we're going to push back. We'll be facing west then, and we're going to taxi out and then around, loop around, and then we're going to, from there, we'll taxi out to Alpha Mike and then up Alpha. So we circle around the outer terminal building. So if you look out here, So we'll push back, we'll face westward, and then basically we're going to go out this way around, and then we'll head down here and then up that way. And that means we're not going through this area here. That's all fine. So Brian, you didn't want to tackle the A310 today? Nope. It's the only way to learn, though. I just hope I don't pooch the landing this time. I think I'll do it a little bit more manually. I'll manually control my speeds. And that way, I noticed with, not the A320, it's not bad, but the 37 does that too. It starts slowing down kind of before I want it to. So often I go into manual on that one. And everybody is getting on board. Kevin's got some tips for capturing the ILS, specifically the glide slope. You can't do it too far in advance. So you basically turn on you can do the localizer a little bit earlier, but you wait until you're almost ready to intercept the glide slope before turning on. So if you do the VOR lock here, and then when you're coming in and you get the indicator just as you're about to approach it, you then go into land mode, and then that captures it at the last minute. It is a bit of a trick. There's also a land button down here you got to do.
So we're under Canada 403, we'll be pushing back via Alpha to runway 24 left.
It's a bit of a bit more hands-on in this thing, which is why I like flying it, to get my hand in on it. Yeah, turn that dome light off now that the sun's up. Yeah, I'd be paying flying for 9 hours and then having a crash. Alright, I think it's time we can get the APU up and going. Getting fairly close to being ready to go. Alright, so we're going to go to the number 2 left inner tank pump. Turn that on. I'm going to turn on the APU switch. Give it a second. And start the APU. There's the APU. It's come up. I'll just keep an eye on it. It does take a little bit of time on this one. Not sure what my right engine is reading 83 degrees for an EGT. It's a little odd. set at 50. Set that to 100. There we go, doors open. Turbine's starting to turn.
Montreal traffic, you're again at 492, pushing back, stand 57, straight back, and then we'll head to de-icing pad.
Really? Heading to the de-icing pad. There's dedication for you. Alright, looks like APU is up, power is available, bleed air is available. We'll come back up on over top. APU generators are now providing our power, and we'll turn on the APU bleeds. Get some air moving inside the aircraft now. De-ice it, stand. Well, that's the thing here. Like I was saying before, Kevin, we've got these this capture system for the fluids. So at Toronto, Montreal, a lot of the bigger airports, we have de-icing pads that have drains on them. They capture everything, and I'm not sure if it's recycled, but they do. Prevent it from just sloshing all over the place. Still got that little bit of tearing, as I mentioned. I did update again this morning the drivers, but it's still happening, so I'm gonna roll back probably this afternoon after the flight, and then we'll see how it is tomorrow. And there will be a flight tomorrow. We're doing the return trip, although the return trip will be to Toronto instead of Montreal. Same time tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it is. Funny, one of the guys was telling me that the old, I think it was the DC-9, which had a wet wing, so there was no tanks in the wing, the skin was formed of tanks. They'd get icing even in the summer when the cold fuel was put in, and you had the hot, moist, or the warm skin of the aircraft with the moist air for if it was humid, and they get frost forming on the wings in July.
Trucker Canada 403, we're taxiing to runway 24 left.
And they'd be requesting de-icing in the middle of summer when it was like 30 degrees, 25 degrees out. Alright, let's see how we're doing on the boarding here. See if I can get a update.
You're ready to go.
Oh,
you are.
Never mind. Looks like we're ready to go. So we're going to plan our push. We'll follow the diagram. there's the line we're going to. So we're going to push back there.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
Alright, so back up overhead. Now turn on all our fuel pumps.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight 501.
It's going to come down, turn on the
Our
beacon.
flight time will be roughly 5 hours and 40 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your
cabin
seatbelt
door
and
and
make
everything's
sure that
away.
all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure.
Chocks
Cabin
can be
crew, air doors
removed,
for departure,
and
cross-check, verified straps,
the
and standby
GPU
for
can be
all.
removed.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Not
You're
sure
cleared for start and
how
push.
well you're going to be able to lift this thing.
Okay. Cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Montreal traffic, Air Canada 492, taxiing north ramp Echo to the de-icing center.
North ramp Echo. Let's see
Please
where
release
that
parking
is.
brake.
Just make sure we know where he is.
Please release parking brake. Please release parking brake.
Not seeing him. Oh. Maybe that's Brian.
Please release parking brake.
Montreal traffic. WardAir 501 heavy. I hate that. Hang on a
Please
second.
release parking brake.
Let me just turn that. There we go. Montreal area traffic, WardAir 501 heavy, gate 51, push and start, facing west.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engine
Alright,
sequence.
area is clear. It
Start
is
in
the
the sequence.
7th, so we're going to be starting on starter B. And starting engine number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the flight attendants for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is fastened, please make sure that your seatbelts are fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the
Adding
seat
fuel.
strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the entire flight as you may experience unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. To familiarize yourself with the emergency exits on this aircraft, please refer to the safety card in the seat back pocket in front of you. In some cases, your nearest exit might be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor to guide you towards the exit. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure,
Wiggling us back onto the line here. Okay, Brian's heading over for de-ice.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake
or
set.
between the armrests.
And
When it's
starting
ready,
engine
open
number 1.
the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and
Ground.
buckle up the
You may
front.
disconnect.
Pull the strap to tighten.
Okay,
To
sir.
replace the
Clear
vest,
to
pull
disconnect.
firmly on the red
Pin
cord
has been
only when
removed. See
exiting
you
the
at the
aircraft.
side.
If
Have
your
a
life
good
vest
flight.
does not inflate automatically,
Holding position,
blow into
waiting
the
for the
mouth
visual.
for manual
Thank you and
inflation.
goodbye.
Each vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device.
Fuel
Once
on.
again, all devices must be in airplane mode and your larger devices must be
Montreal traffic, Air Canada 403, waiting for takeoff, runway 24 left.
items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located.
Hey Scott, morning. How are you doing?
Prohibited by law. All of this information can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you.
Yeah, Kevin, it was a bit of a pain because there'd be delays and they'd have to get the guys over there to de-ice. Alright, looks like we got a good start on both engines. So ignition is off. APU bleeds are off. We're now on the main engines. APU master is off. Anti-ice, we'll leave it off at the moment. Speed brakes are armed. Oh yeah, everything gets built. Rudder trim is 20 flaps. We're going for 15-15. Set for takeoff and trim. Our trim number was 1.3 up. And that is about there. Get rid of that. Right, we're good. We'll head over to the de-icing pad as well. So, nose light to taxi. Montreal area traffic. WardAir 501 heavy taxi to the de-icing pad via the apron Echo. Montreal. Brakes released. Oh, you're working on Saturday? That's horrible. No, hopefully we can give you some entertainment for your work day.
Traffic, air traffic 100, we're heavy, 5752, west. Montreal traffic, Air Canada 492 exiting the icing pad on Juliet Alpha for 24 laps.
Yeah, you were mentioning with your surgery. How long are you going to be off? Is it major enough that you'll be a few weeks recovering?
Canada 403 at the right Montreal course. Asking 4,500 for 7,000.
Any minute now, we should see Kevin pop a wheelie and then get pushed back. There he goes. Wow. No wheelie today. He's doing a nosy. Oh, it'd be nice if Jim. Whoa! You all right over there, Kevin? We'll just leave you to that. I am not looking behind me. But it's nice the clouds are breaking up here. It was pretty overcast this morning when we first came in. Hope you had all your belts on. Could have wound up sitting on the glare shield. Yeah, exiting through the windscreen is right. Okay. Well, hopefully it goes well for you. Alright. We're here on the de-icing pad. Ideally what you would have happen now is you'd shut off all the intakes, all the vents would be closed, the air would be shut down. They come and start the de-icing process. Not a lot of accumulation since it hasn't really been snowing, but you might have frost, so they would come in and get a good spray of the stuff that takes it off, and then a light spray, I would assume on a day like this, to prevent any frost from reattaching. It's not snowing or anything, so they don't have to worry about that. Once, sorry, keep looking at Kevin back there and his antics. Anyway, we'll let him do his thing. Montreal area traffic, WardAir 501 heavy, leaving the de-icing pad via Juliet Alpha for 24 left, Montreal. You like that, did you? Very impressive. Turning into a decent day out here. A little bit of frost and snow on the ground. Blue clouds are breaking up. See some blue sky. It's very nice. So we do our flight control check. Well, we try to keep her lined up here. Full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, and our rudders, which of course we'd be able to move without worrying about steering. That is set. FCU and glare shield is all set up. And checked. Auto brakes are max. Transponder is TARA. Weather radar is on. And once we make this turn, we'll do our TO config test. This is Alpha.
Montreal traffic, Air Canada 492, taking position to 4 left.
It's a normal day flying with you? Can't be that bad. Yeah, getting some definite little artifacting and stuff after that driver update. Definitely gonna have to roll back. Anyway, TO config check. That is good. Didn't get a bunch of stuff glaring at me.
Montreal traffic, Air Canada 492, departing 24 left, Montreal 1 departure, then head south.
There goes Brian. He'll be leading the way today. Goes. I'll have to do another check and see if anyone's come out with scenery here for Montreal. Yeah, we got a couple movies lined up for today's flight. Alpha 3.
Montreal traffic, Air Canada 492, passing 2400, direct spawn, last call, Montreal.
And we're going right down to the far end. But we are doing a flight tomorrow. It'll be at the same time, 1400. We'll be flying from Acapulco to Toronto. so we're ready to go. Strobe lights are on, nose wheel to take off, landing lights are on, turn off lights are on, engine start mode to continuous, brake fans are off, ignition, yeah, packs are on, and TCAS is on. Heading select and level change are armed. And we're good. Montreal area traffic. WardAir 501 heavy. Take the position, runway 24 left.
Montreal traffic, Air 1 Echo Heavy is leaving the exit pad, taxiing via Juliet Alpha 24 left.
We'll throw in the de-ice once we're off the ground, since we don't have actual precipitation at the moment. Anti-ice. Alright, we're lined up. Yeah, we all de-iced. We're taking the sim stuff seriously. Alright, so we are ready to go. Clock is running. Engines coming up to 40%. Brakes released. Montreal area traffic. WardAir 501 heavy rolling 24 left. Takeoff power set. Thrust SRS runway enabled. Airspeed's alive. 100 knots. You are the sim master, Kevin. V1 and rotate. Positive rate, gear up, speed brakes disarmed. Autopilot engaged. Climb mode. And there's 2,000 feet. Put the anti-ice on just in case. We're heading up for the clouds. And heading direct Fawns. And nav profile. Montreal area traffic. WardAir 501 heavy. Passing 2,800 direct Fawns, Montreal. Flaps up, 15-0. Oh, is it? That's nice. Nice touch. And we are 220 knots through S speed, so slats for traction. I don't know why my throttle levers are going bonkers there. That's better. Zoom out now. And there's 5,000 feet. Continuous relight is off. Turn off lights are off. Nose wheel lights off. Auto brake is off. Spoilers, the arm landing gear is up and off. Packs are on, lights as required, anti-ice is on, ignition is off, and APU is already off. I wonder, hey Kevin, do you know, are you supposed to take off with the APU running? Because on my checklist it tells me now to turn the APU off. Oh, Boston just came online. 1347. Well, that in down here on the radio. Right. There's 10,000 feet, so landing lights are coming off, beacons are on, strobes are on, and nav and logo lights are on. We are pretty stable, so we can turn off the seatbelt signs.
Gentlemen, we have now passed 2,000 feet. You may turn off larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to you to keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight. Do not form a line near the left wing.
Brian, are you talking with ATC?
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You cannot ever move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you
I'm going to tune us down to standard pressure since we're going right up to flight level 200. 29902 is set and cross-checked. We're shedding ice from the fan blades, wow. Still in icing range, so we're going to leave the anti-ice on as we continue our climb out. It's drawing a little bit of power, but we're not too bad. Haven't been dinged by ATC yet. I think we'll switch over now. And after Fonz, we'll give him a call. So we're going to be turning down into his area. And we're going to clear us up to 32,000.
Delta 1015, radar contact, 18 miles south of Merritt, climb and maintain, flight level 210.
Climb to 210, Delta 1015.
There it is. And 1347 is set. Boston Center, good afternoon. WardAir 501 Heavy with you. 16,700 for flight level 320.
WardAir 501 Boston Center, squawk 4735.
Squawk 4735, WardAir 501 Heavy. 947. And there we go.
WardAir 501, radar contact to 7 miles north of the Saranac Lake Airport. Climb and maintain, flight level 320.
Roger, climb and maintain, flight level 320, WardAir 501 Heavy. Alright, we seem to be above most of the clouds there. A little bit's not a worry, so the anti-ice can come off. From here we're going to head down to the Albany Airport, which is right there. And then we're going to start heading on a kind of a southwesterly direction. New York's offline, so we won't be linking into them. Let's see who else we get as we go. I've been into Albany Airport, cleared customs there once, flying in a 172. Big pain of it is they don't want you getting out of the aircraft until you're cleared, but on a hot day when the engine's not running and stuff, it gets warm in there. Sometimes you'll get decent guys who'll just say just hang around the airplane, you can get out and stretch your legs, but most of the time it's no, stay in the airplane. Our flight today will take us out over the Gulf. Should be an interesting trip. See much except for the top of the wing there. It says we should be there in 5 hours and 5 minutes. We'll see how that plays out. 23 degrees in the back. It's not bad. We'll leave the temperatures where they are. So our first step climb is at GSO, and GSO is located in North Carolina. It's the Greensboro Airport, VOR. So we've got a bit of a ways to go before we make our first step climb. There's 26,000 feet. 6,000 to go. So climbing pretty good, 1,700 feet per minute. Turn you back over to the non-nav mode. Everything else is pretty good. We can come down and do a systems check. There's our engines. Engines are looking good. Everything's in the green. Fuel flows, temperatures, and bleeds are all looking fine. There's numbers on the left and right of the two engines. Hydraulics are looking good. We got pressure in all three systems: the blue, the green, and the yellow. AC power is good. Generating plenty. Batteries are charging nicely. Everything is good there. Bleed pressures are acceptable, and you can see the temperatures. 174 degrees Celsius when it comes off the engine, 17 degrees when it's pumped into the aircraft, giving us cabin pressure with body heat and all that stuff of about 23 degrees. You can see the air conditioner there. It's working hard, drawing it in and keeping that nice temperature, including the cargo bays. Pressurization is good. Everything is looking well there. Fuel is good. A little bit of fuel transferring back to the trim tanks in the back just to keep us nicely balanced, but everything else is looking good. APU, of course, is off. Flight controls, no cautions. All surfaces are looking good. All doors are closed and armed. And the wheels, temperatures, and wheelbase are all good as well. 1,000 to go. We're up above the clouds now. Looks like a little bit of weather, but we'll be going around it. Kind of off that way. It's a fair distance away, 100 miles or so.
Delta 1015, descend via the Roebuck 3 arrival, runway 22 left, Boston altimeter 3007.
Roebuck 3, 22 left, and 3007 for Delta 1015.
Alright. TRP is switched over to cruise mode. Cruise power is set. Should be doing 0.78 in cruise. Slowly coming up. So breakfast service should be starting shortly. You get some beverages out and going. Now that everyone's on their way to sunny and warm Cancun. It's up to 25 degrees already. So everybody sit back, relax, enjoy the flight.
Good morning, Transat 110, we're heading through flight level 180 for flight level 320. Transat 19 Tango Boston Center, squawk 4733.
And while Kevin gets himself sorted out with ATC, we'll get some entertainment on. I'm going to go off mic for a while, and I'll be back for our descent planning as we get ready to go in. But other than that, enjoy the galley, enjoy the beverage cart, and enjoy the in-flight entertainment. And I'll be around in the chat.
Transat 19 Tango, radar contact 43 miles west of Burlington. Climb and maintain flight level 340. Climb and maintain flight level 340 for Transat 110 Heavy. Delta 1015, contact Boston approach 133.0.
133.0, Delta 1015, back to Montreal, have a good weekend.
American 2550, Boston Center, climb and maintain, flight level 380.
Level 380. American 2552, down, 400, climbing 1 down.
American 2552, Boston Center, good morning, climb and maintain, flight level 300.
Flight level 300, American 2552. Boston Center, good afternoon. Skyway 74. I'll stay in
Skyway 7462 Boston Center, climb and maintain by level 330.
Service will be starting next flight service. We will be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in your seat back for our list of complimentary beverages are available for a small card. If you wish to make an additional purchase, please note that we only accept credit cards.
Sway to the rhythm of my heartbeat.
There is nothing quite so heavenly as the stars above to a pair of snowing love. Honey, I just seem to be dancing on the moon. With you in my arms, far away from all the world. Up above the silvery clouds, dancing on the moon.
November 6, Papa Mike, Boston Center, squawk 4732.
4732 Boston, Papa Mike. Boston Center, Cessna Skyhawk, November 76792 is 10 miles northwest of Fitchburg with requests at 3,500.
November 76792 Boston Center, hello, standby. November 6, Papa Mike is radar contact and position is 11 miles south of Providence Airport. Maintain VFR, Providence altimeter 3009er.
Maintain VFR and 3009er. 6 Papa Mike.
November 76792, Boston Center, stay request.
Boston Center, Skyhawk November 76792 en route to Lebanon at 3,500 feet, requesting PSR flight assignment.
November 76792, roger. And what's your aircraft type?
Taking no pains to disguise the fact that they want the Western Allies out of Berlin, the Reds begin a blockade of the city. Tracks are removed from the roadbeds, and trains are stopped for so-called technical reasons. Barges carrying food and coal find the waterways suddenly closed to them. Highways are blocked and deserted.
November
the aim of the Russians to starve the entire city into submission backfires completely. In the shadow of the Soviet sector, 300,000 Berliners gather in protest and pledge support to the Western Allies. Meanwhile, Anthony Eden arrives in the German capital for an emergency meeting, as does the French military commander, General
November 76792 is better contact.
Clay, speaking for the Western Allies, announces their decision.
West of Manchester. Maintains VFR at the Lebanon altimeter 3004.
But how? Ask freedom-loving people the world over and anxiously await the answer. Can this be true, or is it just an alluring hot weather mirage to lead us on? To answer this question, I'm told this is Atlantic City's competition.
Your attention, please. All personnel of the 19th Troop Carrier Squadron report to 19th Operations immediately.
Center, good morning. Cessna 27 Tango Juliet on the ground at Nashville. We can pick up IFR.
We all gonna stand in a corner.
Sounds like a hop to Australia to me. Don't say that. I got a date in an hour.
Last aircraft flying, stay call sign.
Good at that sort of thing.
November 27 Tango Juliet.
November 27 Tango Juliet. Boston Center cleared the Gillen Hawkins Airport as filed. Maintain 6,000. Report to the frequency squawk 5361.
At ease.
Cleared 17 as filed. Departure I'm making 6,000. Departure frequency 5361.
November 27 Tango Juliet. Read back correct advisory and taxi to runway 32.
Pardon me, Major. My name is Kowalski. I'm a GCA operator. Yes? I was wondering, sir, if I could be replaced on this mission.
Boston Center, hello.
Why? Well, sir, if we're going where I think we're going, I would do a very good job. What have you got against Westover Field? Nothing, sir, but I got an awful lot against Germany, and I got a hunch that's where we're headed for. The Air Force isn't running hunches, Sergeant. That's why we're...
Blue Check 3281, Boston Center, squawk 0530.
0530.
Shake 5281 is radar contact 30 miles west of Hancock, maintain flight level 370. November 6 Papa Mike Contact Boston approach 133.0.
133.0.
Hey, Big. There's the Rhine. Back. 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 Go back and wake them up. We'll be in about 10 minutes. All right, man, wake up. Come on, Frankfurt, 10 minutes. Oh. All right, come on, wake up. Rise and shine. Rise and shine. Right main tower, this is Airport 7223. 10 minutes west of U.S. Station, cruising 3,500 feet. Request landing instructions. Over.
Ryan Main Tower to 7223. Who are you and where are you from? Over.
This is Airport 7223. 19th Troop Carrier Squadron, Hickam Field.
Boston Center, November 76792, requesting cancellation of flight following.
November 76792, Rudder. Radar service terminated. Squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
6421. Where are you from? Over.
Thank you very much.
421, we're from 54th Troop Carrier Squadron from the left, over. Right main tower, Air Force 9922, over. Where are we from? Or we're the 20th, from Rainy, Puerto Rico, over.
Boy, this place sure caught it, didn't it? Not enough. This is where they should have used the A-bomb. Line main tower to 7223. Make a right turn at end of runway. You'll find some of your squadron in parking area. Park there.
What's the matter? You fellas cold? Shut up. Don't you take warm clothes. You all ain't going to Germany. It just don't make good sense. For 100 child, you all is here. And before you're through, you all gonna wish you never left the old plantation.
Boston Center, Cessna 27 Tango Juliet on the ground at National, ready to taxi 32.
November 27 Tango Juliet, runway 32, taxi via Alpha.
32 via Alpha, 27 Tango Juliet.
Hey, how about pulling up to dry spot?
Man, this other dry spot.
They're low, this way, 4482, Manchester,
We don't have to be here a while. You come right to the spaghetti spot here on your day off and walk around because it's so dry.
Leadbird 4482, Boston Center. Clearance on request. Goodbye.
Hey, this has got more class than a Savoy.
Leadbird 4482, quit of the Newark Airport via Manchester 1 departure. Better Veterans Hannah, sends file, maintain 3000. Departures frequency squawk 3445.
Come on, you men line up over here. I didn't make these orders, I just worked here.
Newark, Manchester 1 departure, can you repeat? Waypoint then, maintain 3000 feet departure on this frequency, squawk 3445, Central 48.
Lindbergh 4482, it'll be the Manchester departure and radar vectors to Hannah. It's the first waypoint that you have in your flight plan.
Radar vectors to Hannah.
Lindbergh 4482, read back correct, and you can expect runway 35, advise ready for taxi.
35, and we'll go to the flight.
Cesspool ain't bad enough. I gotta fall right in the middle of it. What are you, wise guy? Can you take a joke?
WardAir 501 leaving my airspace. New York Center is closed. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved.
Sure glad they sent you along.
Rudder over to 198 for WardAir.
Oh, sure. All you have to do is to stay in this 20-mile corridor. Hold exactly 170 miles an hour. Maintain exactly 6,000 feet. Fly instruments continuously, keeping a 3-minute interval. Making radio checks on the second. Maintain... Go ahead, Temple Office, 7223. Roger. Temple Office. Freiberger, before landing checklist. Heater switches on. Off. Fix the takeoff and climb. Takeoff and climb. Main tanks on. On. Bypass valve down. Down. Your pumps on high. High. Certainly put this field in a nice place, didn't they?
like landing in the Rose Bowl. After landing checklist. Top RPM. Drops high. An hour and 46. Lock them up, Sergeant.
Don't give me bitter. Stay away from me. Come on. What do you want to do? Start another war? Thanks. I think I'll check in. Okay, I'll look you next trip. Well, I'm asleep. Just leave your car. Hello. Thanks for the lift, Lieutenant. Which way's operation?
It's over there.
So long. So long, Lieutenant.
Take it easy, Kowalski.
Pardon me, sir.
Yes, Sergeant. Is it all right if I leave the field for a while? I'd like to take a look and see what Berlin looks like. Not allowed, Sergeant. You mean we have to stand around all the time we're here?
You know how long we'll be here? 20 minutes.
20 minutes? And you gotta stay right for the plane.
This thing keeps going. Wait till you see it 4 months from now.
Oh, brother.
Heater switches off. On. Boost pump time. High. Fingers crossed. Cross.
down flat trail.
Trail?
That's the graveyard down there. Sure make it convenient for you. Full flat.
Full flat.
Hey, look, they got the honor guard out. Wonder what's up. Probably some VIP from the Pentagon. Today, many people are gathered here to celebrate a milestone in the history of this truly amazing air operation. Only a moment ago, when plane number 37 touched down on the north runway, it brought the total of airlift flights to the city to 100,000. To express their profound gratitude, representatives of the people of Berlin are present to present gifts to the crew of number 37. The honor guard of the Office of Military Government is also present, and in a moment, but now the lieutenant appears to be ready to give his first command. Picture of this.
Land your plane, sir.
Why? What's up?
Turn around. Don't stop at this plane.
How do you like that? Can't even have any coffee.
Hey, what gives?
Approaching plane number 37 to escort the crew to the microphones here beside me where the brief ceremony will be held.
I don't know where they're going now.
They're going to spell out Navy.
Must be some brass someplace. Probably this way.
Nope. Probably this way either.
Fellas, I got a feeling this is us.
Oh, it can't be. It must be a mistake. You boys are elected for something. Don't bother. You look simply lovely.
Fix your hat.
I feel just as if you and I were getting married, Lieutenant.
And always you are flying with. In every kind of weather. In rain, in sunshine, and in fog. And so I'm giving to you, Captain, this case, a thanks to you from men of Berlin. West Texas.
I accept this, not for myself, but for all those connected with Operation Fiddle. Not just the Americans, French, and the British too.
Thank you.
And now, Helmut Braucher, 10 years old, representing the children of Berlin, will make his presentation to co-pilot Lieutenant Alfred Freiberger of St. Petersburg, Florida.
Now, Helmut, there's not one little old thing to be afraid of. Go on, say your speech, just like I told you. Go on now. Go on.
The boys and girls of Berlin present this to you. And gonna thank y'all very, very much for everything y'all have done.
Well, Captain Stewart said what I was going to say, so I'll just say Dr. Shane.
Good boy, have a talk, Bob.
Now to the flight engineer, Technical Sergeant Daniel McCullough from St. Paul, Minnesota. The presentation will be made by Frau Frederica Burkhardt.
Diese Gedanken im letzten Augenblick kommen, aber ich muss Frau Becker gesprochen und die Räte müssen wieder. Sergeant McCullough, I offer you this simple gift from all the women of Berlin, from the wives and mothers, and from those who are alone. We have watched your planes bring to this unfortunate city not only food and coal, but serums and medicines without which hundreds would have perished. We have watched your planes take out sick and undernourished children and return them healthy and well-fed and happy. Now, this Aktentasche may appear to you to be empty, but believe me, it's filled with the gratitude and admiration of hundreds of thousands of women. Please take it.
Oh.
Give him a kiss, will you? Ja, mach ihn mit der Kotze. Nein, mach ihn mit der große, grateful Kotze.
All right, I will.
Hang on, Sarge, you'll get a draw. That's his side. Oh, that was fun. Will you all move over there? We want to get your sticks together, huh? Get right over there with us. I'd like you up a little bit, will you? Yeah, get right over there. Go on. Hey, Sarge, put that thing down, will you? Take her by the arm. Go ahead. All right, well. Real close. All right,
Frau Burkhardt?
Herr Burkhardt.
My husband was killed in Russia.
I'm sorry.
That seems so long ago.
I wish we had time to have a little talk.
Perhaps we'll meet again sometime.
They won't let us into Berlin.
What, not even for a little while?
Well, maybe if I'm very lucky, my plane catches on fire, yeah, they might give me a couple hours. I'm lucky like that. Did I get to see you?
I'd be very happy.
Phone?
I haven't got a phone, but I give you the number of the person that lives next to me. It's 754532.
Roger. You know, I might even set that plane on fire myself.
Okay, that's it, fellas. The boys have to get back to work.
Hey, can I get a picture of where he's kissing the girl, huh?
I'll be there, Sean.
Sean? I'll be the Sean.
Sergeant McCullough. I'm Dick O'Malley, Associated Press. I hear from St. Paul.
Yeah?
Well, the St. Paul Dispatch is one of our member papers. They've been asking me to do one of those hometown boy fly lift stories. I don't usually work with this mock, but most of our photographers are sick. Would you mind helping me out with some pictures and answering some questions?
I don't know. I've read some of those pale blue yonder stories. That's still pretty silly.
No, this has got a different angle. Well, thanks, I appreciate it. Look, tell you what I want to do. I want to follow you and a load of flour from Rhine, Maine, into Berlin, through the warehouses, with the flour winding up as a loaf of bread in some kid's arm.
I see. You mean I'd have to come to Berlin?
For a day or two, it wouldn't take more than a couple of hours' work, though.
You know, sir, that kind of story hasn't ever been done before. Funny, my mother writes to me, and she says a lot of people ask her, what happens to the food after Danny delivers it? That's that after I deliver it. Well, how do I know? I've never been outside Temple House.
Well, you'll do it then.
You can't get me into Berlin.
I'll talk to headquarters. You know, the Air Force doesn't mind a little publicity now and then.
They don't. I didn't know that. It's very interesting indeed. Fine, I'll pick you up Rhine-Main in a couple of days. Good deal. Right, oh, thanks.
So now you know how they bake bread in Germany. A mess sergeant could have told told you in 2 minutes.
I didn't want a date with a mess site. Where can I telephone?
There's one down the corner.
Good. You know someplace I can take her for dinner?
Not around here. I know a spot where they don't bother you. Look, why don't I pick up my shot and see if we all have dinner?
You've got a shot stick?
After 4 months, even I get tired of looking at nothing but blips on a radar scope. That little half pint works in a mobile snack bar.
I'm not sure you'd latch on to some American secretary up at Omgood.
No, with David, perhaps I can see you on Thursday. How do I know I want to see her on Thursday? With Gertie, it's different. If I want to see her, I see her. If I feel like talking, she talks, and if I don't feel like it, she keeps her mouth shut. Anyway, she gives me 1 day's service on my laundry. PX takes a week.
What's the idea?
Look, they belong in the gutter, and if they don't get out of my way, I'm going to push them there.
You got a coin?
Hey, Fritz! Well, bring it over here. If I wanted in the middle of the street, I'd ask for it there. Come on.
Not at all. She is working where was Barbarossa Strasse 26.
Well, that's right over by the field. You can drop me off.
Wohin, bitte?
26 Barbarossa.
Bitte?
26 Barbarossa. It's over near the field.
Barbarossa Strasse 26. 20. No, 26. Neben München.
Ja, danke schön, ja.
Bitte, bitte. Come at it, don't you trust your German?
For me, they get only English. If they don't understand it the first time, I keep hollering at them until they do.
Where did that get you?
I learned my German the hard way, and while I'm around, that's the way they're going to learn English. Now, don't start feeling sorry for them. They hate our guts. If the situation was reversed, they'd kick your teeth in twice a day.
Wissen Sie, ich wollte Barbarossa 26 neben München.
Ja, da drüben, ja.
Nein, ich kann es.
Ja, ja. Ja, ja.
Dankeschön. Hi. Remember me?
Captain Marcano. So you did get to Berlin?
Yeah, I did. Guten Tag. They gave me 24 hours. I've used up 5 of them already.
Seeing me like this surprises you, I suppose.
Yes, it does. I guess I didn't picture you as such hard work.
Not always. I used to be a secretary for the head of a big laundry here in Berlin, but came the blockade and...
Frau Burkhardt, Ihre keine Zeit mehr für Gespräche.
Yeah, it's all right.
You want me to go?
Oh, that's all right. You know, came the blockade. No life, no laundry, no position, and nobody else needed a secretary. And in Berlin, when you are between 18 and 55, you must work.
Couldn't they find something easier for you than this?
Maybe they could, but they didn't. It's hard, but we get the highest ration card, and that's very important here.
Say, I hope after all this you're free for dinner tonight.
Thank you, yes.
Frau Burkhardt, helfen Sie mal hier.
Yes, call me young Sean.
Yeah, how late do you work?
Oh, I'll be about 20 minutes.
All right.
But I've got to do some shopping on my way home.
That's okay, I'll wait.
Yeah? Good.
guess when you divide up what's left among 2.5 million people, not so much.
It's more than we expected. When the Russians blockaded Berlin, we all thought you would leave. There was an old saying, when the bear growls, the eagle will fly. And it happened. But you didn't fly out, you flew in. We are grateful, very grateful.
You know what? It's not a British accent. Where did you get it?
My teacher at school studied in England.
Oh. Well, on you, it sounds good.
Thank you. Over there.
Bitte. Nehmen Sie... Oh, danke. Haben Sie leicht... Licht?
Ja, habe ich. Aber ich rauche erst nach der Mittagspause.
Wie?
Ja, nach Essen.
Well, have one for yes.
Oh, danke. Danke. Ja. Haben Sie vielleicht für meinen Kumpel...
Ja.
Ach, wunderbar. What are you doing? I'm a Russian spy.
You're what?
I'm Russian spy. I count the planes that come to Tempelhof. Number of planes, time it comes, type of plane. Each 3 hours I talk to Russians.
Each 3 hours you talk to Russians?
Yeah.
Aren't you afraid I'll report you?
Americans know I do this. One time, they fixed telephones for me.
You the only one does this?
No. Russians have, like me, a Hegel airfield in the gutter, too.
But the official figures on airlifts are printed in the paper every day. The Russians must see it.
But Russians don't believe it.
Why? The figures are correct. The Air Force wants people to know.
You believe this. I believe it. But Russians don't believe it. Russians believe nothing they see, only what other Russians say. You know, here in Berlin on the street we have, my English is not Wegweiser, you know, to this place, to that place.
Signpost?
Yeah, signpost. Eh? This way to Andrews Barracks, that way to Amber. Russians don't believe it. They say no one could be such a dummkopf to show the way to General Clay's office.
Tell me something.
Yes.
You count the planes.
Yeah.
The other spies do the same thing.
Yeah.
Then your figures must agree with the figures in the paper.
No.
Why not?
Russians don't believe paper. And so I say sometimes less. That Russians believe. Make them very happy. Here in this house on third, what's that, Stockwerk, you know. And,
floor?
Yeah. On third floor there's living a man, Herr Malcher, and he spies on me. But the Russians don't know that Malcher is the husband of my sister. And so Malcher says to Russians, Steve is a very honest spy.
Who spies on Malcher? His uncle?
No, his nephew. Russians have 15,000 Germans as spies. They give us payoks, you know, that are parcels with fat, meat, sugar, sometimes clothes and cigarettes, Russian cigarettes. Bad. I would like to work for Americans.
Do they have many spies?
No, not so many. Only 10,000.
10,000? That means 25,000 spies spying on each other. Things just get a little diminished.
Oh, yeah, a little there, gemished.
Yeah.
But there's also maybe 500 who are spying for both sides. You must bluff. That's necessary. It's a very good thing for, no work.
Unemployment?
Yeah, that's a very good thing for unemployment. Wait. American Airline commercial.
Der Schneider ist nicht hier, ist weggegangen. Wo ist er denn hingegangen? Ich habe meine Uniform hier dringend gebraucht. Seine Frau hat ihn angerufen. Ihr Sohn wurde von russischer Polizei verhaftet. Ist gleich nach Hause gegangen. Können Sie mir sagen, wo er wohnt? Ich muss unbedingt die Uniform haben. In Charlottenburg, Ulmstraße 22. Hat er Telefon?
Nee.
Ulmstraße 22? Danke.
Of all the Schneiders in Berlin, the Russians have got to pinch the son of the one that's got my pants. Well, I can always sit by a window and watch lift planes land at Tempelhof. What do they want him for, anyway?
Oh, I don't know.
With the Russians, who knows? Maybe he say something they didn't like. Maybe he is something they need in Russia, electric lightsman who can fix engines. Walked into Russian sector and auf Wiedersehen.
Say, maybe you could go to the tailor's house and bring him back here.
Yes, but for me, he might not come if you and an American soldier.
What am I going to wear? Oh, no, sir. If I'm seen out of uniform, I've had it. They give me 10 days, goodbye strike. Worse than that, they'll take away my TX card. Yeah.
Look, needles. We haven't seen those for years.
I forgot my cigarettes.
Oh, we can get some down there.
I only got cigarettes.
Oh, you can pay me later. Haben Sie Zigaretten?
5 Stück Banana. He's got everything but banana. You want banana? I know. Nice. How can you go out with me? Look at it.
I'd look like that too if it weren't for some friends in St. Louis. They send me these clothes. We're coming into the Russian sector.
Russian sector? I thought everybody stayed out of the Russian sector.
Just the military. The Germans go back and forth all day long. We just go through part of it here and then into the British sector.
It's cotton bargain. Ich rieche einen Kaffee. Welcher haben Kaffee? Aber es muss jemand haben Kaffee. Ich gehe jetzt durch den Wagen. Wenn ich komme zurück, will ich sehen Kaffee. Sonst werden alle durchsucht.
What's the matter with him?
He says somebody's got coffee unless it's turned over his searcher. Haben Sie Kaffee bei sich?
Wochenlang habe ich ihn nach und nach zusammengespart, um in Kohlen einzutauschen.
She's been saving the coffee to trade it for coal.
Stecken Sie doch unterm Hut. Unterm Hut sehen Sie nicht nach. Gut, danke.
Also, wo ist jetzt Kaffee?
Steckt unter den Hut da.
Sie können ihn doch nicht wegnehmen.
Ruhig, du kannst sein froh, dass ich dich nicht mitnehme.
says her husband went to a Russian sector to see whether he could find any trace of their son. And she doesn't know when he'll be back, and he's got the key for the store with him.
Well, I guess there's nothing we can do. Tell her we'll be back later.
Sagen Sie Ihrem Mann, dass wir später wiederkommen, ja? Ja.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Wiedersehen.
What are we going to do? I'm supposed to meet my friend in half an hour.
We could go and have dinner and come back here afterwards.
Go like this?
Oh, they won't bother you.
Okay. How about that? Now the sun is shining. What's the address? Tavern.
I know where that is. Not far from here. We can take the trolley for a way, and then it's only a short walk.
Walk? Wait a second. Get the tavern in your shoe. Bet it.
My father believed 2
wrong. Your father was a louse. That's the big reason you people got sucked in by Hitler, this father business. I swear I know that guy from somewhere. From the time German kids is so high, Papa is the boss. He tells you what to say, when to shut up, what to do, what to think. Papa can be the biggest jerk in the world, but what Papa says so. Then along comes another jerk like Hitler, and he becomes the Papa for all the Papas.
Yes, I've read about that father complex many a time. I doubt whether it's true, but if it is, you are certainly doing nothing to kill them.
What do you mean?
This stupid lucky treating Gerda exactly the same way. You tell her what to say, what to think.
I know something, you're right. When I'm wrong, I admit it. You're absolutely right. From now on, you can disagree with me.
Out loud?
Sure.
And you'll answer questions?
Of course.
Good.
Nothing. I just remember where I met that guy. I'll be right back. Verwechseln mich mit irgendjemand. Mein Name ist Günther Lüttke. Hier sind meine Papiere.
You know, I kept looking at you in that restaurant. I knew I'd seen you somewhere. When you got up and limped, it all came back to me. You're the spitting image of a guy I knew over here during the war when I was in a prison camp. His name was Felix.
Ich heiße Günther Lüttke.
Take it easy. I just said you look like him. Let me tell you about this guy. He had a bad knee just like yours. He couldn't get in the regular army, so they made him a prison guard. He hated it. He wanted action. Your eyes seem to understand English. That's enough. So this Felix started a private little war all his own. He hated the Americans. He hated the Poles, and I was both, so he picked on me. When we went out on work parties, he'd take me off in the woods and make me speak German. Not simple, easy things like Guten Tag and Auf Wiedersehen, but nice little tongue twisters like the Potsdamer Postkutcher, Potsdamer Postkutschkasten. That's tough enough for a German, but for an American, well, I made mistakes. And when I did, he'd correct me with the butt end of his rifle, right here in the kidneys. He used to swell up like a hunk of dough with too much yeast in it. I got about 3 lessons a week. Took me about 7 months, but I learned German. Of course, I've forgotten some of it, but if the weather changes suddenly or I bend too quick, you'd be surprised how quick it comes back to me. It's a tough way to learn language, but there was nothing I could do about it. I was a prisoner. I couldn't take a swing at him. Come to think of it, you're sort of in the same spot now. You're a German civilian. If you got a beef with a soldier, you couldn't lift a finger, could you? I'm trying to get to the Russian sector so I couldn't follow him. You know, Felix, I could squeeze until you were as cold and wet as a statue, but it would be easy. I'm going to give you an English lesson, Felix. I won't need a gun, but the Germans have a hard time with their W's, don't they? Well, I'm going to give you something easy to start with, not too tough. Just say it after me. Which way went the winged whippoorwill? Now, mind, I don't want to hear any V's in there. I'll have to correct you. Now, try it. Which way went the winged whippoorwill? It's the... No, Felix. Which way? Try it again. Lay down. Wait. Come on, come on. Once more, Felix. Which way? It's Victor!
Hilfe! Hilfe!
I raise your kill.
that curve, though? Storm's coming out. What are they saying? Это угла понятно. Да, сумме. И 14 метров по угла. Да, передача. Well, the colonel states that the boundary is not 14 meters from this cornerstone, but from that one.
Well, let's measure from over there. Fair enough. What are we waiting for?
Now, goodbye. Ach ja, as the Russians say you are...
Lights, gangsters, rats.
Yeah, they say that too, but what is it when you don't do what you say other people should do?
Hypocrites.
Yeah, you're a hypocrite. You fought Hitler because he was against the Jews.
Oh, wait a minute. That's only one of them.
Yeah, but still you hated him for it. And the Russians say in America Jews are kept out of certain hotels and schools.
And you're right. It shouldn't be. It's fake. So where did you find out about it?
I read it in the book.
An American book?
Yeah.
Where'd you get it?
From a friend.
Where'd the soldier get it?
Yes.
Well, look, stupid, that's your answer. Here's a book that points out something pretty awful about America. But it's written by an American, printed in America, it's a bestseller in America, and sent here by the American government to be sold in at the exit.
Yeah?
Yeah. Look, the next time you're in the Russian sector, do me a favor, will you? Get me a copy of an anti-Russian book written by a Russian living in Russia, printed in Russia, and sent here by the Russian government. Do that and I'll give you a month's salary. You get the point?
Now I know. In America, it is not wrong to be wrong if you say it's wrong.
What do you got stuck on your shoulders? A cantaloupe? I didn't say that. I know, but I...
Like the new look?
Just adorable, especially the midriff.
Oh.
Well, at least you're still a sergeant. I thought maybe they shrunk you to a corporal.
I think they cleaned it with reducing pills. You did a nice job of pressing it, don't you think?
Which one are you going out of?
107 right here.
How'd it go last night?
Very interesting.
Interesting? What'd you do, go to the library?
Yeah, we read Schopenhauer together till 6 in the morning.
Hey, man, what happened to you?
They sent me to the cleaners. It's amazing how much you go through and still want to keep on living.
Yeah, I guess it hasn't been easy.
I never realized staying alive could be a 24-hour job.
And I suppose you wanted to know all about America?
No, she didn't. She knows. His friends are right to her for St. Louis.
But why don't you come to? She's a smart dame. She pays you fast. You're a nice, sweet, intelligent, understanding schmo. So it uses using the slow sympathy routine. I guarantee you with me. Just like that.
Why don't you stop jumping to conclusions? Or at least use them where they fit. They don't happen to fit here. Look, she's had it. So have a lot of other people in this town. But she didn't want to talk about it. I made her tell me.
Yeah, I know. You just have to drag it out of these poor people. I feel so sorry for them. Every Sunday at 4 o'clock I come here and bleed. You know, there are some things they just can't stand to talk about. Like Rotterdam and Warsaw and Coventry and Lidice and Belgium and Stockholm and Buchenwald. Did she talk to you about these things? No! This is something that happened 10,000 years ago. That the Germans never heard of. That they can't remember. They didn't get meat last week. This they remember, and this they feed to suckers like you.
What am I supposed to do? Blame all that on a girl who was, what, 15 at the time? I've been trying to tell you ever since that.
Denver 315 Kilo launch pad, squawk 2056. Southwest 1943, contact deadline approach 133.47.
Hey, you think this
Approach on 7347, Southwest 1943, thanks, good day. Good day. Double 606, descend via the Jones, East to arrive, landing north, Charlotte altimeter 3031. Delta 1264, leaving my airspace, radar service, terminated, frequency change approved.
Okay, advise me, see ya.
See ya.
When's the right man weather? Closed now and will be until this afternoon. You'll get off about 1300.
Atlanta Center, WardAir 501 Heavy with you, flight level 340.
501 Atlanta Center, squawk 4735.
Checking the weather. Yes, take your second.
Actually, I got you now. WardAir 501 Atlanta, ident.
You sure took off in a hurry by the time I got up to the shack. You was gone. You got a time? No, I just wanted to talk to you.
I got to talk to somebody else.
That's what I want to talk to.
Center, good afternoon. Delta 962 is 11,000 for 14.
Delta 962 Atlanta, Papa maintain, followable 270.
Maybe about 270, Delta 962.
A little further down, you'll see that husband of hers was in the SS. In the early days, those boys weren't drafted.
WardAir 501, radar contact, 3 miles southwest, 3 north, followable 340.
Friend of mine in the document center.
River 315 to the Fox, radar contact, Citizen has reported the Asheville officers 3030.
Had a little dough, wanted to keep him, so he played ball with the boys. Nice guy.
American 2452, expect a visual approach from my 36 right. Correct, expect visual approach 36 left.
Looks like visual 36 left, American 2 Cockatoo.
Actually, let's do this. American 2452, expect visual approach 36 center.
36 center, 2 Cockatoo.
Delta 14, expect visual approach from my 36 left.
What your husband did and what your father did, that wasn't your fault. But why did you lie to me about it?
Perfect, we can take this. I have to make you.
Okay, Delta 14, expect visual approach 36 left.
Well, you have to live by the generosity of others.
American 724, descend via the Phillips 3 arrival, landing north at the Charlotte altimeter 3031.
When you live in a sewer.
We'll descend via the Phillips 3 arrival, and we're expecting runway 36 right.
Roger.
Well, look around you. That's why we lie. To escape from it for even a
American
moment.
7 coming up on 36 right.
American 7 fly heading, correction fly runway heading, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading 36 right, clear for takeoff, American 7.
Double 17 design right when able, I go to the ramp.
I go to the ramp, Southwest 17. Have a good day.
American 1730, radar contact 6,500, glitter at Critter, climb up maintain, level 370.
Critter maintain 370, American
17. American 2174, connect deadline approach 133.47.
3347.
Good day.
Approaching green for the OR,
Is it 19 Tango Atlanta Center, ident? Delta 455, leaving my airspace, Indy online, radar service interpreted, frequency change approved, good day.
Flight to A, good day, Delta 455.
Delta 190, leaving my airspace, radar service interpreted, frequency change approved.
Over to Unit Cap, Delta 190, thanks. Atlanta Center, American 1488 with flight level 360.
American 1488, Atlanta Center, squawk 1444.
1444 for American 1488.
Delta 106, looks like you descended a little bit early there. Okay, no problem. Expect visual approach 36 center. Delta 606, expect visual approach 36 center. No problem. 315 Kilo Foxtrot, advise me of the actual airport in sight.
5 Kilo Fox, we'll go.
American 7 passenger, flight 2300. American 7 Atlanta, roger. Radar contact, clear direct filled, climb maintain, flight 390. Direct filled, 390, American 7. 19 Tango, radar contact, 14 miles northeast of the Greensboro VOR, flight 340.
I've discovered, Sergeant, that all such applications made at 8:30 in the morning are always canceled a few days later. Why don't you wait till about 5 this afternoon?
Oh, it's not like that, sir. I was on duty last night.
Oh. Well, I guess I can dispense with the talk I give the kids. I guess you're old enough to know your own mind. Well, ask the sergeant. He'll give me the necessary papers. I'll go over the case as soon as you fill them out. But you must remember, Sergeant.
American 1488, your radar contact, 65 miles northeast of the Alma VOR, flight 360, descend to the Bankers to arrival, landing northeast, Charlotte altimeter is E031.
Is there any indication of when my number might come up? That's all pretty new. But I wouldn't count on anything for less than 60 days. Thank you, sir.
American 2101, leaving my airspace, Memphis Center offline, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Yeah. I'm sure got it tough. I know how you stand. Just grit your teeth. You're getting used to it. Want a cup of coffee?
Atlanta Delta 789 is at 13.5 going to 14 on the varsity street.
Delta 79, Atlanta Center, hello, flight maintain, flow level 310, that'll be your final.
310 for final. 789, thanks.
Will you deliver it? If it clears up, I will.
Atlanta Center, good morning. American 1348 on the ground at Charlotte. Information box, right on board, looking to pick up our iron bar, please, over to Dallas. American 1348, Atlanta Center, expect a PDC.
You mean to say, in America, if you want to go from one place to another, you don't have to have permission from the authorities?
No, where do you leave the train for? Just pack a bag and go.
Atlanta today, American 10 Mike Tango. American 10 Mike Tango, Atlanta Center, squawk 1327.
It's from Danny. Yeah, that's happening. Okay.
1327, American 10 Mike Tango.
Atlanta Center, Delta 1125 with you, monitor 12,500.
Delta 1125, Atlanta Center, cover maintain, flight level 370.
Flight level 370, Delta 1125.
Atlanta Center, Spirit Wing 427, with you through 10,000 to 14,000. Spirit 427, Atlanta Center, cover maintain, flight level 350.
Up to 350, Spirit Wing 427.
American 10 Mike Tango, your radar contact 15 miles east of Rocket, flight level 350.
Sorry, what was the gap for 10 Mike Tango?
Your radar contact, welcome.
10 Mike Tango.
Southwest 151, leave my airspace, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
There's another unit, have a good day, Southwest 151.
Delta 24, correct Delta 25, 93, leave my airspace, Memphis offline, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
General Clerk's office. Yeah, Davenport. What? Yeah, we'll be right over.
American 2452 to center maintain 4,000. Delta 14 to center maintain 4,000. Delta 14 flighting 090, runway 36 hours available if you want a quicker taxi.
Come in.
I'll go 090 in for...
I am holding.
Roger.
Sorry to bother you, sir. I just found out I'm due to go home on Friday.
Number 315 to the Foxtrot, cross state field at 7,000. Enter a left space, enter left down and runway 17.
Hello.
Across the field 7,000, enter a left down for second active.
I can't hear you.
Runway 17, you can have runway 35 if you want.
Alright, yeah, we'll cross the field 7,000 and enter a left down for 17.
Yeah, ball. Long distance
American 2452, turn left heading 030. The field is 10 o'clock in about 25 miles.
Perhaps I could go home a couple of weeks later. 030 under the 200. That would mean 54.
American 2452, join the runway 36 localizer.
Hello, Major Boss. This is Major
Major Hetzel at Ryan, Maine.
Center American 1730, can we delete speed restriction?
Yes,
American 1730, delete speed restriction.
Uncle, no,
American
easy,
1730, American 7, delete speed restriction. Speed restriction deleted. American 7.
Instead of sending your papers through the regular channel, they'll give them to your pilot on your next trip up. You'll bring them to me. I'll sign them at the 18 places to get them to you.
I certainly thank you, sir. But what about that month before departure regulation?
This is classified as extraordinary condition. Circular 3, paragraph D, subsection 12. You can marry her any time before your departure time Friday.
But she lives in Berlin, sir.
I know. Get one of the off-duty engineers to ride up with you and he can work the trip back.
Yes, thank you very, very much.
Okay. But I wish you guys would stay single.
Number 315 to the Fox Report, bed field downwind. Atlanta Center, 826 Papa Whiskey with you, 12,000 feet, IFR approach. Correction, 826 Papa Whiskey, Atlanta Center, squawk 0766. 0766 Papa Whiskey.
48 hours, you won't have any more worries about red tape. I'm coming! I guess I gotta go. Here now.
826 Papa Whiskey, radar contact 15 miles downpiece at the Caterpillar. We're at 12,000. Do you have any arrival procedures on board?
Yes. I filed a flight plan with you. I am not sure if that went through properly. 826 Papa Whiskey.
Yeah, you can't fly. You can't just fly direct to the airport. So stand by.
No.
What's the 5-letter word for idiot? Pilot. Sir. Let me see if I can work it out. Well, here comes one of our pigeons home. It looks like he's going to roost for a few days.
Center, American 1348, ready for push and start. American 1348, push your discretion.